Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the December 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. But with that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2 is going to be just general, what's coming for December. Then we're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note too. But again, going back to column number 1 here, Cancer, we're going to pull a summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have discernment. Discernment's an interesting card. This is really about being a product of your environment. You see this person is surrounded by beautiful bright greens, flowers. They're like one with nature. And this is a reminder that, again, we're a product of our environment. So you are who you hang out with. You are what you eat. All of these things influence us. So I feel like you're feeling external influences is the message, or kind of the summary for the last few weeks. But let's see what other messages I can provide you here. The first card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So this could have been an advancement, of course. It could have been baby, advancement of a current relationship, entering into a new relationship. I like to point out that could be new friendship as well. But it seems like there's some sort of new relationship or advancement of relationship. The next card we have is the Sun card. The Sun card's a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. I like to see this. I feel like not only is this new relationship seeming to have a positive impact, it's seeming like your environment is having a really positive impact on you right now, Cancer. And I wasn't sure what direction that was going to go, like if you were going to be negatively influenced or positively influenced, but it seems like really positive. So these have been a good last few weeks for you. At the bottom we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, anytime we have 2 of something on a card, indicates a decision. The Two of Swords is just that. It's making some sort of decision. So this could have been a decision to move away from somebody that was not serving you well. It could have been the decision to pursue that new relationship or friendship. It could have been honestly, making the decision that you're going to be happy instead of dealing with whatever else is going on. So honestly, nice spread of cards. Let's go ahead and take a look here though and see what other messages I have here for you. The first card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of working hard, mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. It's really that work smarter, not harder type energy, Cancer. But the one thing I like about this is you're getting ready to reap the benefits of your hard work. All of that energy and all that effort is paying off. So whatever you put into this relationship, new or existing, will be worthwhile. So again, I like this friendship. I like this relationship. I like this advancement of love. It looks really good there. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of low feelings. It's heartbreak, it's divorce, it's loss, it's depression. Again, I feel like you really made a proactive decision here that you were going to go out and be happy versus getting caught up in whatever was going on or getting caught up with whoever was doing whatever. That wasn't the best way to say that, Cancer, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying. So that was that really proactive decision we saw there. At the bottom, we have the Five of Wands. There could have been some conflict or challenges with the decision you made. Not everybody's going to be happy. But again, you're happy and that's what's important here, Cancer. So in general, like what I see, I think you made good decisions the last few weeks. Now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to just in general what's coming for December. We have the card Alchemy. alchemy is like being faced with obstacles, but then knowing that they're impermanent and knowing that you have the ability to overcome them. So if something pops up in December and it feels like a big deal, it feels like it's derailing your plan or progress, you need to be able to see past it. You need to be able to downplay it or move on from it, or know that it's only temporary. So just keep that in mind as we go into December, but let's see what messages are coming through here. Okay. The first card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. I'm trying to decide what direction I feel like this needs to go, Cancer. I feel like there is a scenario, again, not the same scenario I was just explaining to you, but there is something you need to be a little bit more empathetic about this month. Not to say that you aren't empathetic already, but the message I'm getting is that, like, it can't always be your way, so just be aware of that. Be supportive of those around you. That doesn't mean you should, like, get ran over or be a pushover, but there is the need to, like, be empathetic, and kind of negotiable going into December. That's the message that's happening there. The next card that we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. This really pairs nicely with the King of Cups. Again, you don't need to be completely pushover or completely ran over in the situation. You can still have boundaries, but again, it's negotiation. Negotiation within your boundaries here, Cancer. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. I feel like it's busy, it's chaos. It doesn't seem like you're loving it. I'd like to see this happiness carrying forward a little bit more, and it seems like it's kind of tapered off. So focus about getting back to this point of happiness that you were just a few weeks ago, Cancer. The one thing that's interesting, so like when I see this card at the end of the year, it's really like, well, anytime I see it, it's really a strong reminder that you want to start to reset and get your energy right, and really get ready for the new year. It's like needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover, meditate, do whatever that makes you feel good. It's like that need to have a reset. So make sure you're resetting, because you don't want to go into the new year with low energy. You don't want to go into the holidays with low energy. The first clarifier we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmare, anxiety, grief, depression. I don't know that any of those are maybe the exact word. Possibly anxiety, like being bothered by what's coming up, being bothered that you have to kind of negotiate, being bothered that you have to be a little bit more tolerant. But it is something that's really bothering you. So it's not like you're just bothered. It is something that truly bothers you. Not to discount feelings there, Cancer, that was not my intent. So whatever this situation is, like, you do feel strongly about it, but again, remember the need to be supportive and negotiate there to some extent. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on, abandoning. What I don't want you to do, again, is abandon any and all boundaries. Like, don't, again, be a complete pushover. Think more about negotiation. The nice thing about the Eight of Cups, this is going from, like, good to better. So it's like you'll be happy with the end result. This negotiation, this compromise will be a good move for you. Like, it's an advancement. But again, don't completely abandon any boundaries that you have. And then at the bottom here, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of clarity. It's a final decision. It's about living your life's purpose. Again, you need to make sure you're on your path, reset, recharged, ready to go. I think getting clarity too on what's bothering you, why you're feeling this way, so you can make that adjustment. But again, we need to make the decision like we did to feel like we did a few weeks ago, Cancer. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is money. I did buy this new deck of cards, which is just like money advice. In this case, this is a money affirmation. It says, love and happiness can coexist with wealth. So now let's take a look. This is going to be anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money here, Cancer. Let's take a look. The first card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of patience, but this does indicate new job, raise, promotion, some sort of money news. So I like to see that going into the end of the year really strong with money here. It just seems like there's a new opportunity coming for you. The one thing I'll say is we have the Eight of Swords next, which is a card of self-imposed restrictions. It's almost like you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can get the job, that you can get the raise. And with the Eight of Swords, you look at this person, they're blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but all those swords are stuck into the ground, so they could so very easily like wiggle back and cut themselves free. And that's really what you need to do, Cancer, is cut yourself free. Make sure that you know that you're capable of getting the new job, getting the raise. You don't want to be what's holding you back in this situation. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. If you look, there's like almost a finish line here on this card, so it's crossing the finish line. Again, I really do see you getting this raise, getting this money news, getting this new job opportunity, and it's like this is you pushing past and getting to the finish line. So you'll be glad you pursued this opportunity, definitely, Cancer. Taking a look at the top card, we have the Lovers. The Lovers is a card, of course, of love, but it is a card of partnership, and it can indicate a decision. Anytime we have two of something on a card, it's a decision card. So again, this is the decision to go after this new opportunity with the Page of Pentacles. It's what you've been waiting for. The Page of Pentacles is a card of waiting. This could also lead to a really new strong relationship, really new strong partnership there. The next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is a card of cause and effect. And I think that you need to remember this. It's like you've worked hard for this, Cancer. You're not just being given it. It's something you've worked for. It's been well earned. Again, that Justice card is cause and effect. Because you did this, now you're getting this. This is also a good card in terms of legal matters. So things of the court, contracts, really any of that type of thing. This indicates favorable outcome for you as well. So if you're like negotiating contracts, if there's something that's in the courts right now, again, favorable outcome there. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork, commerce, expansion, all good things. We want more money, commerce in our money column, so I like to see that. This, I think, is the expansion of your career too, the growth of your career here. So generally, nice money reading. Go after that new opportunity, Cancer. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to love. We're going to pull, similar to a money card, we have our love card. It says sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship because it's truly sacred. I think I may have pulled this card for you already, Cancer. Is this? I don't know. Somebody comment below and tell me. I think you might have already had that one, though. So apparently that is the repeat message for you. But again, make sure that you are negotiating and compromising because you have that sacred union. Yes? Okay. Moving on, our first card here is the Death card. I always like to point out this is not a death, like it doesn't mean that you are going to die, but it does indicate a change. It indicates transformation. It really indicates the need to change. So there is something in your relationship, I think, that needs to give a little bit. Potentially, again, that's that negotiation we were discussing earlier. This could be the change of actually entering into a new relationship as well. Some of you could be ending a relationship, but I don't know that that's the energy for a lot. It's more like ready to move into a relationship versus ready to move out of a relationship, if that makes sense. But if you're in a relationship, there is a need for some change and transformation as well. Some sort of advancement. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, it's new creative idea. Again, this could be the new relationship, or again, this is the change that you're making for that existing relationship with the Death card. At the bottom, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is having a lot of different things going on. It's a little busy, it's a little hectic. If you look, there's something different in each of these 7 cups. And that can make it hard to get things done just because there's so many options, there's so many things happening. You may be hesitant to commit to a relationship or change in a relationship just because, again, the Seven of Cups is happening. You're like, oh, is this the person I should enter into a relationship, or is this the right change? But this is a reminder to be committed because, again, that's a very non-committal card. The first card that we have for clarifiers is the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It's a card of action and change, but it's really about being on a journey, and we're all on a journey. And whether, again, you're single, entering into a new relationship, married, we're on this journey. And again, there's the need for change and transformation on this journey. So you have two cards saying change, action and change, action and change, transformation. So again, now is a really good time. It's that time to move into a new relationship or somehow make that change that needs to happen in your current relationship. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. I don't want to call it recovery, but it's more like revamping the relationship. It's renewing the energies. It's getting things right. Again, it's that necessary change, that necessary transformation that we need to make to continue down on the journey. It's getting the energy right because it's feeling a little low right now. I'm not saying it's a bad relationship or anything of that sort, but it's continuing to grow together. It's continuing to feed and nourish that sacred union. At the bottom we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is again that finish line card that we were talking about. Celebrations. It's that success. This is a really good card for family and friends, so definitely spending some time together with family and friends going into December. But whatever we come back to, so like this non-committal energy and you committing, you're going to be glad you did. It'll be the right move there for you, Cancer. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card context. This is an important one and it pops up every so often. Typically it just means that you don't have all the context that you need and you need to look for a little bit more information, a little bit more context, Cancer. So don't jump to making any decisions. Make sure you have all the context. Make sure you have all the information you need here. The first card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of self-defense. It's protecting yourself against competition. Again, we're kind of like, I feel like quick to jump to an answer here. But if you do that, then you're going to be put in this situation where you kind of defended it. So make sure, again, you have all the information before we just jump to any decisions or conclusions or any action. Like I said, you'll have to defend it if you do it because I don't know that it'll be exactly quite right. More context will be really valuable this month. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is very innocent, so I think you mean well. None of this, of course, is malicious, but again, just be careful jumping to conclusions or jumping to action without knowing the full context. One thing that comes up with the Six of Cups, it's like nostalgic or reflection. So it's that kind of like, I've been through this situation, I know what I should do, which oftentimes does steer us right. But here you'll want more context than just relying on what you've known previously with the Six of Cups, Cancer. Then at the bottom here we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's good luck, it's good fortune, it's a turning point. In general, getting ready to turn the corner. Not surprised to see this because we're literally getting ready to turn the corner on the new year. But I like it. It's a good shift of energy wrapping up in this final spot here for you. At the bottom here we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. Make sure that you're thinking solid, practical, and wise as you're making decision or making change. Again, really having that context is what's going to enable you to be solid, practical, and wise. So wait for that context before jumping to any conclusions or jumping to any action. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. It's very domestic. And again, going back to being resourceful, some of our experiences or the things that we've been through before are our resource. Again, that's how we decision make and how we move forward. So it's good to use that, but make sure you're using it in conjunction with context, with that additional information. And at the bottom here we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of compromise. I feel like you are feeling like this is a compromise. But again, a little giving goes a long way this month. A little bit of negotiation is taking you a long way. And again, you're at this turning point for the better. So try and be a little flexible. Have that ability to negotiate a little bit if you can this month, Cancer. Okay, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 4 of spades. This is number 49 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Queen of Hearts. This is number 23 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Queen of Diamonds. This is number 12 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes for you, Cancer. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of December. Your crystal this month is amber, which is good for creativity and warmth. It's childish candor, it's happiness, it's joy to live. We like that. Again, we want to keep that strong, strong happiness that was there just a few weeks ago. And then we have our healing note. Last but not least, your note says, be thankful for all things in your life, for they have opened your eyes to good things you weren't paying attention to before. Thank you so much, Cancer, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions that you would like to post here, any comments. Love that feedback always. Also, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. And last but not least, Cancer, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the year in December.